cloudy today and cool. We may even see some wet snow this morning and showers this afternoon. But get this, it will rise back up to 20 degrees tomorrow. Very strange. Okay, your roller coaster weather details are coming up in moments. Mark Chaloub is standing by with a look at traffic. I'm Lara Casella. Here's what we're following for you. George Ho to Global News Morning. Thank you for starting your day with us. I hope the time change hasn't been too tough on you. Today will feel a bit like a gloomy November day. Mainly cloudy skies with a chance of showers and not very warm. Ross Hall will have the weather details in moments. I'm Lara Casella. Time to check in with Mark Chaloub for a look at traffic. Good morning, Mark. And we have an accident that's impacting the Mercier Bridge this morning. Welcome back. Veterans, Legion members, and citizens gathered in St. Anne de Bellevue Sunday to honor those who dedicated their lives to protect others and died in battle. As Matilda Cherone reports, their minds and hearts were also with those currently on the ground as international conflicts keep escalating. Turning now to what's being called a new approach to senior care in Quebec. The CAQ's Maison des Aînés is a modern take on long-term care facilities, complete with big windows and hardwood floors. Exactly how this will improve the quality of life for residents is now being studied. Franca Mignacca brings us more. Hours possible this afternoon, but get this, it will rise back up to 20 degrees tomorrow and Wednesday. Your roller coaster weather details are coming up with Ross in moments. Mark Chaloub is standing by with the latest in traffic. I'm Lara Casella. Here's what we're following for you. George. SAQ employees will be back on the picket line today for a fifth day of striking. More complex services are already being rolled out through Canada's dental care plan that's been in effect since May. As of Friday, it will feel like a gloomy November day, mainly cloudy skies with a chance of showers this afternoon. But the good news is warmer conditions are on the way once again. Ross Hall will have the up and down weather details in moments. I'm Lara Casella. Time to check in with Mark Chaloub for the latest update on the roads. And Mark, we are dealing with a couple of significant accidents out there.
You're watching.
Turning now to what's being called a new approach to senior care in Quebec. The CAQ's Maison des Aînés is a modern take on long-term care facilities, complete with big windows and hardwood floors. Exactly how this will improve the quality of life for residents is now being studied. Franca Mignacca brings us more. Stay with us. More local headlines coming your way after this short break. Weather and traffic. And if you'd like to send us a weather picture, it's going to be cloudy and cool today. Showers possible this afternoon, so grab the umbrella just in case. But get this, it will rise up to 20 degrees tomorrow and Wednesday. Your roller coaster forecast is coming up in moments. Mark Chaloub is standing by with the latest in traffic. I'm Lara Casella. Here's what we're following for you. Too rough on you. Today will feel like a typical November day, mainly cloudy with a chance of showers this afternoon and cool. But the good news is warmer conditions are on the way once again. Ross Hall will have the up and down weather details in moments. I'm Lara Casella. Let's get a last check on traffic with our friend Mark Chaloub. Have a great day, Mark. We've had quite the morning on a couple of bridges. A nonpartisan organization dedicated to fostering civic engagement among youth. It is celebrating its 20th anniversary. And here to talk more about this milestone event is the executive director of Apathy is Boring, Samantha Rouge des Hotels. Good morning, Samantha, and thank you so much for coming in.
Good morning.
Well, first of all, let's talk about Apathy is Boring. I'm familiar with the organization from the early years, but for people who don't know what it is, tell us more about the mission.
Well, so as you said, we've been around for 20 years. The organization was founded by 3 young friends, so we've always been youth-led. They were basically at a party, and they started talking about how concerned they were that their peers and their friends weren't getting excited or interested in politics and democracy and elections. And so they decided to do something about it. And we're talking about a time before Facebook, before anything else, where they launched one of the first national youth-led digital campaign to engage youth. They went out to festivals, got on the ground, and got people excited. And that's been at the root of our work ever since.
I love that. Okay, you mentioned, they started this because they felt that youth was not, engaged in the voting process and democracy in general. So Why do you think there is an indifference among youth when it comes to voting and the democratic system?
I mean, I've never met a young person who doesn't care about something. So I think that often where we see the disconnect is not around, contrary to what our name might suggest, they're not apathetic to the issues or the causes that they care about, but they sometimes don't make the connection between those issues and elections or government. So we see a lot more young people participating online, getting involved in other ways, but we don't always see them then bridge that to elections. So that's what we try and do. We try and get them interested in the different levels of government, help them understand where the things that they care about connect in with our institutions.
And getting them to the ballot box. Because maybe sometimes it's just laziness, right?
Sometimes there are very real motivational barriers. They don't think their vote matters. They don't think that politicians care about them. They don't think that it will make a difference. And so that's where we have to sort of try and show them that you can get engaged online, you can protest, you can do other things, but it's also important that you show up so politicians know that people like you are paying attention.
Absolutely. Okay, you have an event coming up this week to celebrate, 2 decades of inspiring youth to be agents of change in their communities. Tell us more about what we can expect.
So it'll be an all-day event, so we'll be at Le Livard on Saint-Denis, and you can find all this information on our website. And during the day, we're going to be showcasing our work, our staff, our programs, and some of our partners. And then in the evening, from 6 to 9, we're going to be having a party. So there'll be a DJ. We're selling tickets, as I said, on our website, and drinks and music and food, and so we invite everyone from the community to come down and support us that way. We'll also have a silent auction. So yeah, lots of fun stuff.
This is Thursday.
This is Thursday, November 7th.
You mentioned an auction. I mean, this is a nonprofit organization. So how important is the community support?
Oh, extremely important. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without support of donors, of partners. And so if you're curious, especially with everything going on in the world right now about voter engagement, getting young people involved in elections, come on down. We'll tell you about our plans for the federal election. And every dollar that we raise will just help us be able to reach more youth.
Yeah, it's fitting, right, to be doing this interview this morning, this week, to have the anniversary. We're just coming off a school board election yesterday, the big, U.S. election tomorrow. And you said it, the federal election also inching closer. Why is it, more important than ever to make sure that the youth is engaged?
Well, we've been really lucky in the last decade or so. Youth voter turnout has gone up from where it was when our founders spoke at that party. However,
20 years ago.
20 years ago. However, I will say that trust in our institutions is declining, and that is a very scary trend for those of us who are committed to democracy as a system that can work in the public interest and can promote more equality, human rights, civil rights, all those kinds of things. So we want to see more effort on behalf of the institutions to engage young people as well and to build that trust in a 21st century context. And that looks a little different than it did 20 years ago, but part of encouraging that is in fact showing up at elections, even if we don't always feel like it's going to make the difference.
Absolutely. And let's flip the tables. Why do our political leaders need to listen to the voices of young people when, they're making policy decisions and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so Gen Z and millennials are the largest voting bloc. And so it's not something that we always talk about because, seniors and older adults are often more reliable, fortunately, at the polls. But we have to realize that campaigns have limited resources. However, I would encourage elected officials to reach out to young people to build those connections. There's a lot of flux right now in terms of where young people are putting their support, the issues that matter to them. I mean, seeing the economy come to the top of issues in the last few years, for obvious reasons, is a shift from, a few years prior. And so the concerns change, but I think that we should all be upholding, at minimum, trust in our institutions and trying to promote a longer-term relationship rather than going at each voting bloc election by election, trying to.
Well, it makes sense. Hey, if you want more information, visit their website, apathyisboring.com. Samantha, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do amazing work. Congratulations. Thank you all for watching.
Where did you